Hey, what's up? How you doing? Here I am again. This time we have one precious Cassette JVC. Model number is TD-V541. Right? Stereo Cassette Dolby B C HX Pro. But 3-head, of course, closed loop dual capstan mechanism, yeah, and the best direct drive motor. That's the one that I'm so excited about. So this was still is, precious 3-head cassette deck. Why precious? Because it has direct drive motor, and which means that the speed of the tape will be always correct, always right. With this deck I was able to record test tone tapes, like I would play 440 hertz from my computer, and then I would record it on this cassette deck because the speed is correct, and then I would adjust speed on other cassette decks with that tape. Right now we are playing some tapes recorded on who knows what, but the deck is so good that we'll play all original pre-recorded tapes and stuff like that perfectly fine. It has a couple of scratches, on the body. Nothing that bad, but there is one line here you can see and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit here. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. So let's see what is this all about. And why I'm decided to sell it. Well, that's because I have another one here, twin brother. So this one is recently fixed, and this is one that I was using in the past, probably 1 year, and it's perfectly working just fine. Of course, it was serviced like this one, but this one is not properly tested yet. But there is one test that I want to make right now before anything else, and that's a speed test. Because if the both of those decks are direct drive motor, the tape that I recorded on this one should be the same speed on this one, right? So I have to test that. Let's try with that. It is 404 because it was recorded on on this deck. But how about this one? Let's see about that. Oh, almost perfect. Yeah, what's the thing? Probably it could be perfect if I would replace the belts on this one and this one at the same time, and the pinch rollers and the clean everything, then it would be perfect. But come on, like a 440 hertz, if you have 1 hertz like difference, it's like not even a percent, it's like a 0.25%. So for my standards, this is like a perfect, like a identical speed, if you ask me. But of course, some of you probably have expensive, even better cassette decks, so the speed would be correct on both of them. If you can show me that, I would like to see it. If you have like the same decks and the speed is correct, all of 3 of them or 2 of them like this, That would be a surprise for me, because we have to acknowledge that even if you make all the mechanical parts the same, it's always going to be a little bit of difference between some of them. So since I have both of them now, one is going to be sold, the other one is going to be the one that I'm going to test. I'm just going to flip it so you can see how it looks at the back. So yeah, we got at the back of the deck, we have inputs, CD direct, line, output, line, and what do you say? This is my dog, Ziggy Stardust. And he decided to be, to lay around on his beautiful black and white bed. Yeah. Ziggy Stardust, you know the album. So the outputs, two inputs, of course, made in Japan. I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm just gonna demonstrate why this deck is very simple and top quality, if you ask me. Nothing to say about the phones. You don't have a knob, so I don't care about the phones. Phone, power button, timer, of course, who cares? I already explained 3-head, and there is a half shell stabilizer inside, like stabilizing the tape when it's inside. Of course, 3-head, closed loop dual capstan mechanism, direct drive motor, motorized open close. Everybody likes that. Maybe, I don't know, I like it. Huge buttons, which I like the most. Look at this play button, bam, look at that. Pam, pam. Excuse me, I like to do that. They are huge, but those you don't want to press them accidentally, they are like a small. And they're like a professionally, like a little bit moved inside. So record, mute, and pause. Yeah. So what do we have here? Time, locate, memory, reset, tape counter, classic stuff. Display can be turned off. Yeah. So if you don't like the display to be, or maybe you set up like some kind of mood in the room, atmosphere. You don't want anything to the distraction. You don't want distraction. You're gonna turn your display off. And the digital peak counter would reset this digit. That will tell you how far you get with your tape signal. Like right now we are around the 0 decibel, so that's why the digital counter will be also on the 0 decibel. Let me try to flip the side. Yeah, this tape was recorded no more than 0 decibel. That's why you will not hear any kind of distortion here. And what else do we have here? As I said, two inputs, CD direct and line. And of course, if you're recording with your radio station, classic radio, MPX filter is there to help. Dolby B C and balance knob with a recording level knob, of course, and the bias and the balance and the bias. Yes, I covered everything. So it's nothing special in this digital, calibration stuff. You're depending on your ear, but who cares? As long as you're gonna keep your recording like this for crumb tape, and you don't go over it, you'll be fine. And you can always trust your ear, because your ear is your ear. Of course, if you're buying this deck, the most important thing will be direct drive motor, because then you're gonna be, even if the some belt is, getting here and there, you'll still have the correct speed of your tapes, all of your tapes. And this is really a great unit. You will not find many of these units on eBay, like, there are some cassette decks that you will find. Even the Nakamichi Dragon, if you go now and search, you'll find probably on eBay 10, 5, 6, I don't know, pieces that you can buy right now. But if you go for a JVC, those models, Yamaha, some older models, you will not find many of them. No. So when you get this one, like, I know for this one for sure this is a perfect device, because it was my personal unit. Now I got another one that I'm gonna test for probably 1, 2, 3 months, and until I'm satisfied with all the functionality, then maybe I'm gonna sell this one. Who knows? Because I got plenty of other decks that I need to repair, and some of them are maybe even better than those. But if you are planning to buy something like this, like I know, first the color, it's not totally black, it's silverish, so probably most of you who would have JVC components with a similar color would want to buy this one. Also the connectivity, as I understood, if you connect this deck with some special cable or whatever at the back, that you can control it with your JVC receiver, amplifier, whatever. And the color of the display, which is very important. If all other displays in your system are red and this one is orange, maybe you're not gonna want to have deck like this. But if we are talking about the sound, the quality of the sound, the playing the original tapes, what you bought from the stores, or playing the pre-recorded tapes, it's top-notch unit. I don't know if the frequency, they would say wow and flutter is something like a 0.023 or 30 something. I don't know if I could believe in that. I did try to find some information here on and I'm looking at the user manual, original user manual, but again, there's so many models for different markets and they're not the same. Let's say the specification is not the same for all of them. But I think that I found the information of that website. What is it? HiFi engine. There is something like that. Let me check if I can pull it out right now. I don't have it right now. Yeah, who cares? I know, like they said, 15 hertz to 19 kilohertz for metal tapes, something like that. But I would test it with my ear. I would play the tapes that I know they are, top quality tapes. And if I hear the high tones and the good bass, I don't care for frequency response. After all, I'm not the youngster, I'm around the 50 years old, so your ears are not that good as it should be, when you're a youngster. But again, I wash my ears. I clean my ear canals every day. All right, not every day, but you don't need to clear anything from this deck. All right, I'm sad to see it go, but again, it is what it is. If we want to keep this channel, goes, then we need to sell some stuff and buy some new stuff, right? That's the point with cheap old hi-fi. Take care.